"Don't get on the plane," the girl screamed from the crowd, her voice cracking with desperation. The man, already at the boarding gate, turned around, frozen. In that moment, time stopped. She knew something he didn't. Something that could end his life, or many more. What had she seen? Who was she to him? Why did his heart pound like thunder just hearing her voice? What happens next will shake you to your core. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, comment, share with someone who needs hope today. Subscribe our channel Kindness Talks for more real-life inspired emotional stories. Ethan Miles was a man known for his logic, not emotions. A sharp-suited investment consultant from New York, he prided himself on never missing a flight, never making a mistake, and never trusting feelings over facts. Today was no different, or so he thought. He stood at gate 47, clutching his black carry-on in one hand and his phone in the other, scanning last-minute emails. Flight 327 to San Francisco. Routine. His future was lined up like dominoes, neat and calculated. A new job offer, a luxury condo waiting for him, and most importantly, a fresh start after the most painful chapter of his life. What no one around him knew was this: Ethan had once had a daughter. Her name was Lily. She wasn't his by blood, but when he married Claire, a quiet artist with a 6-year-old daughter, he didn't hesitate. He raised Lily as his own. She had crooked pigtails, a giggle that melted hearts, and an obsession with space. One day, "Daddy Ethan," she would say, "I'll fly to Saturn. Promise you'll watch me?" But promises, like paper planes, don't always survive the wind. 2 years ago, Claire died suddenly in a boating accident. Ethan broke. Crushed by grief, he distanced himself from Lily. Not on purpose. He told himself she deserved better than a man drowning in sorrow. He let her grandmother take her in, thinking it was best. They hadn't spoken in 18 months. Now here he was, scanning his digital boarding pass, when something tugged inside him, a strange flutter. A hesitation. He looked up. That's when he saw her. A girl, about 10, was sprinting down the terminal. Security tried to stop her, but she weaved through the crowd like wind dodging trees. Her face, freckled and breathless, was familiar in a way that made Ethan's heart jolt. "Don't get on the plane," she screamed, tears streaking her cheeks. "Daddy, please." The world seemed to pause. Ethan's heart stopped. Could it be Lily? He whispered. His hand, still holding the boarding pass, dropped slowly to his side. Eyes wide. The gate attendant called him again, urging him to board. But Ethan couldn't move. Lily was here. Now. In front of him. And she looked terrified. People were staring. Security grabbed her. But she kept shouting, "There's something wrong with the plane. Don't get on." Ethan turned pale. The girl he hadn't seen in almost 2 years was here, warning him, no, begging him, not to board. He stepped back from the gate. And that one decision changed everything. 10 minutes earlier, in the airport's parking lot, Lily had been sitting in her grandmother's rusty old sedan, hands clenched into fists, her chest tight. Something was wrong. Very wrong. Last night, she had a dream, vivid, real, terrifying. In the dream, she was running through smoke, hearing screams, and saw Ethan's hand reaching through flames. And then, nothing. When she woke, drenched in sweat, she couldn't breathe. It wasn't just a nightmare. It felt like a warning. Her grandmother dismissed it, thinking it was just grief resurfacing. "Honey, Ethan is fine. Dreams aren't real. He's just going to San Francisco." But Lily knew better. She had always had these feelings. Ever since she was little. When Claire died, Lily had woken up crying the night before, gasping for air. She had known before anyone told her. This was the same. So when her grandmother stopped to use the restroom in the airport, Lily ran. She sprinted blindly through Terminal C, her heart screaming louder than her feet. All she knew was she had to stop him. And she did. Now, detained in a back security room, Lily was trying to explain herself. But no one listened. A kind woman offered her water. An officer asked about her parents. But no one took her seriously, until one man came in. Ethan. He had refused to board. Instead, he demanded to see the girl. When their eyes met again, the tears returned. Ethan dropped to one knee. "You remember me?" he asked softly. She nodded, unable to speak. He opened his arms. She ran into them. The warmth of her tiny arms around his neck melted the ice he buried in his chest. For the first time in months, he felt alive. Whole. But there was still the matter of the plane. "Why did you say not to get on the flight?" he asked gently, brushing her hair back. Lily pulled something from her pocket, a crumpled paper. It was a sketch. In a child's messy lines, it showed a plane in the sky, then smoke, then falling. The time on the sketch was the exact time of Flight 327's departure. Ethan stared at it. He didn't believe in coincidences anymore. At that moment, a loud siren echoed through the terminal. Emergency protocols triggered. A flight was being delayed due to a security threat, Flight 327. A bomb threat had been called in. Ethan froze. The sketch. The warning. Lily's scream. She had saved his life. More than that, she had brought him back to it. The news later reported that the threat was real. Someone had planted a device in the cargo hold. Thankfully, authorities evacuated the plane in time. No one was harmed. But it would have been a different story had the flight taken off as scheduled. That evening, Ethan and Lily sat quietly outside the airport. The sky turned soft orange as the sun began to set. "I missed you," she said, resting her head on his shoulder. "I missed you more," he replied, holding her hand. He realized that no promotion, no salary, no new condo could replace what he had almost lost forever, a daughter who still called him daddy. Sometimes life gives you a second chance in the most unexpected moment, wrapped in a warning, carried by love, and sealed with a shout that saves a life. Ethan learned that day, success isn't in flying high, it's in knowing when to stop, turn around, and hold the hand that still believes in you.